That is ripe. Let's see if I open the shutoff valve, if that works. Nope. So this thing's clogged. So far it feels good. Yeah, this has got it. Oh man, it's like, whoa. Yeah, you might have a little build up there. I was gonna clean them, but look, there's nothing to clean. It looks fine. Nice even wear. Hoping I can get this off relatively easy. Is that a filter or something? Geez, that's probably not gonna let anything out. We'll see. There we go. Hopefully we'll get some fuel out of it. Hey, you need to drink more water, son. That was everything you're hoping for as far as a nasty on the inside. Since we drained it, I've let it, it's been about a week, so it's pretty much dry. Washed it out and looked inside. The rust is pretty much not any rust, but there's a bunch of just dried up fuel. That's what you can see where I scraped it off. It's not rust. It's like dried fuel. So I'll let it sit on the bottom, and then if that works, I will set it on one side, just move this thing around. It's been sitting there. I've had paint in there for 3 days maybe. It's still clear. It hasn't done anything, and you can even scrape it with a screwdriver. It really doesn't come off. So we're gonna try alcohol, but I'm going to drain this paint thinner out first. Yeah, I don't know if I can see it. It's clear. So I'm going to drain that out. And then did I bring it over? And then I'm going to fill it with alcohol. Because I've been reading, and apparently alcohol is the magic mix for varnish. All right, I got denatured alcohol. We'll see what this does. Okay, well, I've been coming out here about every other day and shaking this thing. It's about a week later. And to recap, it has alcohol in there, which was what worked, clearing the sludge. And then as that was evaporating, I threw some gasoline in there. Not really as a cleaner, but more as just to keep it wet. So it just didn't all like refreeze back in the same spot. But that looks nasty. I think all that is just dried up gas like varnish. Let me get it drained and then we're going to go wash it out. Now if you look in there, it still looks pretty nasty. I don't know if that's picking up or not. Wishful thinking. Hopefully it's just stuff that's sitting on the bottom and it's not really attached. Let's see. Yeah, look at all that stuff coming out. It looks pretty good. I'm hoping y'all can see that. You can actually see the bottom of the tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this out a couple more times with soap and then we'll come back. Alright, the mic died here. So what I'm showing you is that the inside of the tank looks really clean. There's just some surface rust. So what I'm doing is I'm pouring some concrete etch in there, which is just diluted hydrochloric acid. There's a chemical reaction between hydrochloric acid and rust. You can look it up, but it basically converts it to something else. Turns it a little darker, but it's a very good way to get rid of rust. So I put a little bit in there. I'm just sloshing it around. And then what I'm going to do here is I tape off the top of the tank, and then I spray some more in the filler neck there just to make sure I get that area converted also. And you'll see it takes a while, but it really comes out looking nice. Hoping that the rubber will kind of soak some of this up and reconstitute itself. There it is. It looks good. I sat out there and rinsed this thing out about 6 or 7 times. So now we got to stop it from rusting again. All right, that's the setup now. Be able to see how clean it is in there. Now, WD-40 is actually a pretty good cleaner, especially on paint. I wouldn't do it on your car, but it's not reactive. But the other thing it does is it does seem to leave a kind of protective, I guess, film maybe? I don't know how do you explain it, but it seems to help with rust. I've got this, which is an in tank. It's not really a filter, it's just a screen. Let's see how far. There we go. Not that much off. I think maybe just a hair more. Grab, there you go. There, that feels good. Okay, so that's it. This tank is ready to work. And I'll put a video in here. I actually used it the other day. Our power went out for like 4 hours and I wanted to make some coffee, so I put gas in it and it worked. We have an actual power outage. So to recap, there was 2 issues with this tank. The first one was that it was a layer of varnish, dried gas, like slimy, rubbery stuff on the bottom. And then there was some rust. Rust is not a problem. I mean, you use the concrete etch or any kind of acid that handles it. But the varnish stuff was very hard to figure out. Alcohol was what worked. And so you can see now. So as you can see, that's the tank now. And those brown spots are actually, I think that's not rust. I think it's just some of that varnish that hadn't come out yet, and the gas will probably dissolve it at some point. But that worked. The alcohol worked great. Now, what I will say is, my suggestion is, because alcohol is actually kind of expensive. It was like that gallon was, I don't remember. It wasn't cheap. I mean, it wasn't like $50, but it was more than $4, put that in there and then do everything you can to seal this off. I had tape over here and I had the lid on. I should have actually just put tape instead of the lid because, alcohol evaporates like crazy. So, but I let it sit for basically a week and I would go out. I think over that week, I probably sloshed it around 3 times, maybe about every other day. And then near the end, I did it a couple times. And then once you notice your alcohol level getting low, because you don't want it to dry out again, then I dumped gas in there and let the gas sit. And basically all the gas did was keep the stuff that had been broken up. It kept it broken up so it didn't re-solidify. But I hope this helps. And if you got any questions about it, just put them down below. See ya. Comes the other one.
Yes, hello. I am the stinker whisperer.
Ah, must be.